All right, howdy folks. Welcome to the Bowling Fools YouTube page. What we have tonight. Remember that radical Torpedo Direct hit that I got the other day from Bowling World Surprise Ball? The absolute piece of shit bowling ball. Remember that one? So I traded that in the local pro shop for the DV8 Darkside, an even trade. So it was a win-win situation because I'm not a two-handed bowler, and that ball, the Torpedo Direct, is pretty much designed for high rev or low speed, which I am neither. But I've heard nothing but good things about the Darkside. It was either that or the trouble. It was either this or the Troublemaker Solid, and I decided on the Darkside based on a few reviews that I've seen. Plus, it was an even trade, so win-win. So I'm decided to drill this up 60 by 4 by 30. So if you don't know anything about the Darkside, this is a ball designed for two-handed bowlers. Although I am not a two-handed bowler or no thumb bowler. I am a traditional bowler, one hand with a thumb. And they also say these balls are actually pretty darn decent for traditional bowlers. I have a couple DV8s in the collection. I have a Brutal Collision. I have a Chill Pearl. And what else do I have this DV8? That's it. So this will be the third one to complete the trilogy. So a 15 pound, we've got Insider Hybrid. This is a non-HK22 ball, or yeah, HK22. So Insider Hybrid, it's got factory compound. You got 2.48 RG with a diff of 0.036, so medium strength. PSO told me it's pretty clean, so to drill it strong. So I'm going 60 by 4 by 30. And let's lay this bad boy out. It's a really cool color. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Theorem Pearl. Or not the Theorem Pearl, but the Theorem Hybrid, sorry. So blue and red. Looks pretty wild. I like it. The wife said, doesn't stand out, but I still like it. So we're gonna go white with the Pika Dry pencil here. And you can see how well these things write, just sharpened it up. So these things have a sharpener in them, right here. So pretty easy to sharpen. Without going too much in depth, this is just a case to hold these leads here. So this is the Pika Dry that you want to get. These are awesome for writing on bowling balls. You just need to get a case that holds the lead. So I love these things. You can get them on Amazon. Pika Dry pencil. All right, so we're gonna go with a 60. This is just over medium length on the lane here. Not too early, not too late. I've got a lot of 60s that I like. So we're gonna go 4-inch pin to pap. This is a pretty strong hook. When I asked my PSO if I should go 3.5, he said, make it strong. Should I go 3.5? He says, nah, go 4. 4 should be good. So we're gonna do 4 here. And then we take that mark right there that we just made, and line that up with that side. And we're gonna go 30. So we want some sharp action off the dry. 30 seems to be a pretty good number. If you look at other reviewers on YouTube, a lot of them do this layout. It's a pretty consistent layout, I found. And there's our infamous N shape that you get. So we'll write this down. We got 60 by 4 by 30. That comes out to 90 right there. And this is the vertical axis line, the last one what we did. And so we want to go down because our PAP now is 4 5/8 by 1 3/4 up. So we go 1 3/4 down from that line. And then from that line, we go over 4 5/8. And my span is 4 1/4. So we'll just draw a line here, all the way up, and make our mark at 2 1/8 from the center. Make sure that's at 0. And 2 1/8 here. Same thing. Boom. So there's our span. Let's do the bridge now. Boom. So there we go. Thumb's going to be here. Finger's going to be here. It's going to be a pin-up location. About, that's probably 2, let's see, how many inches is that from the fingers there? Yeah, we're looking at about 2 from the finger. The ring finger, and let's just verify I have 4 1/4 on there, just for fun. 4 1/4, looking good. All right, there's our layout. Next, we will start the drilling. Got it on the drill press with version 2.0 jig. New upgrade for the jig is I've permanently attached the washers to the knob. So no more worrying about taking off washers. All right. So I've got my measurements in already. We're going to start off with a ring finger. I got my 31/32 bit. We're going to double check that. So let me know how many of you guys have the DV8 Darkside. If you're a two-handed bowler or traditional bowler like me. I think the DV8s work pretty good for me even though I'm traditional. All right, let's get that down a little bit. Okay. Looking good. Let's see here. So some balls are a little bit bigger or smaller than some. I've noticed when I put them in here. So a lot of the times I have this bottom washer here, and sometimes it's tight, sometimes it's loose. So if you have the jig, you may notice that as well too. Not a huge deal. This is a brand new ball. When I put the Katana Strike in there, for some weird reason, it's a little bit smaller. So the washers touch at the bottom. So if that happens to you, you don't need to tighten it down all the way. Just tighten it till it pretty much, you can't really tighten anymore. You don't need to go down super far. It doesn't need to hit the washers. So that's one thing I've been learning with the different bowling balls that I've been drilling. Okay, double check my lines. Cool. All right, here we go. Whoop. So I forgot to adjust the RPM. So I had the RPM set to 260 for cutting down the Jopo plugs from earlier today when I did the Endeavor. So we went it up to 440. There we go. Now we're set. Awesome. Get our lines. And this ball has the dot technology. One cool thing about DV8s, at least this one does, has the dot technology. So if you look at that dot, this one right here, that means you can drill into that and you won't void the warranty. So I'm already hitting the core. This is a two-handed ball, so it's a pretty big core in here. There we go. And so far, so good with those washers on the knobs. I tightened them down pretty good, and they have not come off yet. So that is a good thing. All right, so we are going to get the adjustment for the middle finger. So we got 5/16 table forward, which we already have set, and 5/16 table right. Yeah, let me know if you have DV8s, which DV8 balls you have. Leave it down in the comment below. I have 3. This is my 3rd one so far. Pretty excited about this one. And see that? So I can't really tighten anymore, but we do have loose washers on the bottom. That's not a big deal. So just enough where you can feel some tension. That's all you need with this jig. Get on the lines. hitting the core. Just loosen it up where you can move the ball. Now we're going to do the thumb. Let's go a little bit tighter on that. There we go. So now we can just freely move the ball without the top jig coming off. And we're going to do the thumb. So we're going to a quarter back. 4. And 1/16 table left. Let's get our quarter or 1.5 inch bit here. Cool. Looks pretty good to me. And once again, when you're screwing these knobs down, just make sure that the washer is flush into the recessed part of the top plate. And once again, just tighten it till you feel a little bit of tension in there. And when I bring this down, it hits that line, so we're good. Once again, hitting the core here. I'll go down 3 inches and I'll switch on over to the Jopo bit. More push. Good. right, so we got done drilling, and let's take a look at our measurements here. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Can you read that? Oh yeah. 0.250 on the frickin' dot. On the dot. That is my best yet. It literally stopped on 250. That's freaking awesome. All right, so 944, 936, 1488. Check the depth. 1.98, 1.978. Cool. This is a cool little device too. If you guys are doing measurements, I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $19. It's digital, and you can check depth. You can also check the span on holes and the width on things. The other side like that with your finger. So a very worthwhile investment for your pro shop if you don't have one yet. And it comes with this handy dandy case. Boom. And it has an auto shut off feature too, so if you close the case and forget to turn it off, it turns off by itself, I believe in 2 minutes. Very cool. I saw my machinist measuring things with that, and I said, that is cool. I need to get one of those because I'm a gadget freak. All right, now we're going to check the pitches using these expensive little gadgets. So you can see in there, I don't know if you can see in there the core. So core is really big in DV8 balls, especially this one and the Troublemaker Solid. So right away, I pretty much drilled right into the core when I went into the thumb, and also in the fingers too, if you can see that. So I hit my lines pretty good. I mean, if you can see that, not too shabby. It's pretty good. I think my ring finger was a little bit off on the bridge, but not too shabby. If I was a little bit closer, it wouldn't have been 2.5. So if you can see that, let's move the camera up. So 1/4 inch, perfect. One 1/16, perfect. Get the red one out for the fingers here. All right, and there's 5/16. Booyah. Okay. And just shy of 3/8, pretty darn close. This one is 5/16 and 5/16. Let's see. There we go. Just under 5/16. And just above 5/16. So pretty darn close. All right, we are going to bevel these out a little bit, get ready for the turbo grips. Whoa. All right, what's the whole reason for rounding that? To prevent cracks when you're bowling. All right, so we've beveled out the fingers here. And we want 21 for the ring finger. So where do I want that? And 21 for the middle finger, and whoop, wrong one. 21 for the ring finger. Good catch. And 45 for the middle finger. Let me know what brand grips you guys like. You guys Vice, you guys Turbo, or the new Jopo. I heard the new Jopo is actually made in the Turbo factory. So they're essentially the same exact thing. But I don't know, that's just hearsay on the street. And as one side's drying, I'll do the other one. And if I get it far enough down in there, I can actually do 2 drops in there. Not too bad. Good to go. It's enough glue for me. All right, and now the Jopo. Let's clean that out just a little bit. So I'm going to be rolling this ball along with the Brunswick Endeavor that I drilled this morning on Monday. So hopefully I'll post the video on Tuesday morning. Woo! This glue burning my damn eyes. Probably go a little bit more. There we go. So there we go. Bamos. Centralizer. Good old Jopo centralizer. In you go. I'll let that sit for 5 minutes. Got the top clamp tightened down, and we're gonna cut the Jopo. Of course, when I don't bring the vacuum out, it makes a big old mess. All right, you can see that pencil mark starting to come off there. There we go. That's all you need. Always make sure you clean up your mess. Keep a nice clean pro shop. I was taught a long time ago, you take care of your stuff will take care of you. All right, so that'll do it for the DV8 Darkside. The newest release. Actually, yeah, the newest release from DV8. And I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to roll this on Monday. And they're holding up. I tighten these down really good. These things are not budging one bit. So very excited about that. All future jigs, I have glued all the washers onto the knobs for all future 2.0 jigs that anybody buys. So one less step you got to do. It's going to make it a lot easier for you. So boom, boom. Look at this. Doesn't get much easier than that, folks. Ain't she a beaut? All right. Once again, if you liked what you saw today, give me a like, give me a subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, and leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have the DV8 Darkside, what's your highest score with it. I'll be rolling it on Monday, and video to be released on Tuesday morning. So stay tuned for that, and until then, have a good weekend, everybody.